Hello, good morning students. Welcome to lecture 3 of laser beam machining. And in the previous lectures, I think in the first lecture I just gave a brief introduction about what is laser beam machining and how the lasing action happens. And the second lecture I just gave some ideas about different kind of lasers, classification of lasers, and the attributes of the laser beam. Now, here the contents are then the lecture 3, the contents are material removal in laser beam machining, diagram of laser beam machining, supporting diagram of laser beam machining, and working of laser beam machining. Now material removal in laser beam machining. The focal point of laser is intentionally onto the surface of the workpiece for providing the heat in a concentrated manner. It means the laser beam is being focused onto the surface of the workpiece. Why is it focused? To provide heat. So this is what is written in the first sentence. Now, due to striking of laser beam, the heat is generated at the workpiece surface, and as a result the material vaporizes instantly, producing cut surface in the material. So this means when the laser beam strikes the workpiece surface, the material either vaporizes or melts due to the intense heat of the laser beam, and this is used to produce the cut surface in the material. Now, the heat affected zone is minimal when compared to molten cutting. So, in whatever process there is melting of a material, there is always something called HAZ or heat affected zone. So here it is written, when compared to other molten cutting methods that we have learned, the HAZ in the LBM is very small, although size of the heat effect zone is minimal. Now, to clean the molten metal that has not yet vaporized or on clogged on the surface of the workpiece, an assist gas is used. Means when the material is melted, if it is completely vaporized, there won't be anything left. But if it is only melted, then you have to remove the molten metal. To remove the molten metal that have not vaporized or clogged on the surface, means which are attached to the surface of the workpiece, you need an assist gas. And what are the examples of assist gas? Assist gas are oxygen, nitrogen, and argon. Now these oxygen, nitrogen, and argon, the which is to be used? If oxygen is to be used, the material should be mild steel. Similarly, you have conditions for nitrogen and argon. So these assist gas are selected on the basis of the type of material. So once again, what this slide, the summary of this slide is, that is material removal in LBM is, the laser beam is actually focused on the point where you need to machine, or the point in a workpiece where you have to make the cut, and this is focused to generate heat, and this heat actually melts or vaporizes the material, and thereby you obtain the required cut surface. Now the HIZ, because there is melting of material occurring, the heat affected zone that is produced during the laser beam machining is very small compared to other molten cutting methods. Now, if the material is not vaporized, or there is some molten material left, that is removed using an assist gas that includes oxygen, nitrogen, and argon, and the selection of the assist gas is dependent on the type of workpiece that is being machined. Now we go to the diagram of laser beam machining. See, in the diagram I will uh, first name what are the parts here. There is a flash tube or a flash lamp, and the flash lamp is being controlled using a power supply. Then you have the laser crystal or the lasing material. Then you have a reflecting end and a partially reflective end, and here you have a lens, and then you have the workpiece and the work table. So once again, you have a flash lamp that is controlled by a power supply. Then you have the lasing material, you have a reflective end, and you have a reflective end and a partially reflective end. Then you have a lens, and then you have the workpiece, and this is the work table. Now let's go to the supporting diagram of laser beam machining. Now in the supporting diagram is see that this is the laser, which is the laser, this one is the laser, this rectangle is the laser, and this thing is the laser crystal or the lacing material. This is the lacing material, and this lacing material is actually that is energized using these two tubes. These tubes are called flash tubes. These tubes are called flash tubes, and this is connected to a PFN or a power supply. These flash tubes are connected to a power supply. So this is that is shown here. This is the flash tube, and it is connected to the power supply, and this is the lacing material. Okay. Now this flash tube, when energized using the power supply, this flash tube, the energy can be varied using varying the power supply, and depending on the energy supply, the laser beam intensity also changes. Now inside the crystal, what happens when the external energy is given? There is excitation occurring, and the electron will move from low energy level to a higher energy level, and once this is turned off, the electron will, or once it is reduced, the electron will return from the higher energy level to the lower energy level, and it will emit the energy, or it will release the energy in the form of laser, or called the laser beam, and it carries photons. Now here we can see that there is a rear mirror and a front mirror. There is a rear mirror and a front mirror. What they do is, the laser beam that is being produced from the crystal, it moves between these two mirrors. And it gets amplified. So it hits the front mirror, it goes back, and it again hits the front mirror, it goes back, and thereby the amplification of the laser beam occurs using these two mirrors, which is the front mirror and the rear mirror. So that is shown here. It is called the reflective end. The reflective end means it is the combination of the front mirror and the rear mirror. It is the combination. It is written as reflective end, means the only reflection takes place, and the laser beam is being amplified. So after that, the laser beam is given out through a partially reflecting region, and it is here. It is a small lens or something like that. So this region, it is a partially reflecting region. This region is called partially reflecting region, and that is shown here. It is a partially reflecting region that is shown here. This is a partially reflective end, and it hits a mirror, and there is a focusing lens. And through the lens it reaches the workpiece surface. So through the partially reflecting area, it reaches a mirror, and from the mirror it is deflected at 90 degrees, and it passes through the lens, and it reaches the workpiece surface. Now the focus point can be changed by varying the position of this lens. Now see, in here we have here they have not shown the mirror arrangement or the other lens arrangement. Here it is only this lens is attached. Here, and according to the diagram, the lens is here, and this region is called the partially reflecting region, and this thing can be used to control the beam intensity within the laser. This can be used to control the beam intensity within the laser. So here, so in the exam you just need to draw this diagram. You just need to draw this diagram, and this is the flash lamp to energize the lasing material, and reflective end means the area where the beam intensity is amplified, and the partial reflective end is the end from where we can take the laser beam and it passes through a lens, and using this lens it is focused on a particular point. Now in the partially reflective end we can actually control the beam the laser beam intensity inside the laser itself. The quantity of laser beam can be controlled in the partially reflective end itself. Okay, so this is the working of the laser beam machining, and we will go to the working of laser beam machining. The laser material is energized using some energy source, which is usually a flash lamp connected to the power supply. The power of the beam can be varied by changing the power supply. Yes, the power can be changed by varying the power supply. The lasing material is energized. It emits photon in the form of laser beam, and this laser beam is amplified using arrangement of mirrors that we have seen. This side is called as the reflecting end, that is written and that we have learned. At the other side there is an arrangement to supply the laser beam, and there is a shutter control to regulate the intensity of beam. This end is called partially reflecting beam. So the other side, after the mirror, after the where after this portion, you can say, including the shutter, this region that is left, this region can be called as partially reflecting side. This region can be called as a partially reflecting side, and there is a shutter to regulate the intensity of beam, and end is called partially reflecting end. The beam is passed through a lens to focus it on a workpiece which is to be machined. So the beam is passed through a lens to focus it on a workpiece that is to be machined, and the high intensity laser beam either vaporizes or melts the workpiece material to produce the required shape. And finally, the focused laser beam can have a power intensity of 1 megawatt per millimeter square. So let me just explain that once again. This is a flash lamp, and this is the lasing material, and this flash lamp is being, the power of the flash lamp is being regulated by power supply, and this power supply, if the power supply is increased, the laser beam intensity will also be increased, or the beam, more intense beam will be produced. Now this end is reflecting end because the beam amplification occurs here. This is using a front mirror and a rear mirror, so that two things are written simply as a reflecting end. Now the partially reflective end is the other side of the other side. This side is called partially reflective end, and it controls and through this side the laser is being taken out. The beam is being taken out through this side, and the beam intensity can be controlled by a certain mechanism. And here you have a here in this diagram we have a lens here. Sorry, here no, I think there is no lens here. The beam is focused on a mirror, and you have a lens arrangement here, but in this diagram the lens is shown here. So the area through which the beam is being taken out is called partially reflective end, and it comes out through a lens, and here you have the arrangement to control the beam. Now this, through the lens the beam is being given out, and it is focused on the workpiece, and through the heat generated by the beam, the workpiece is the area is vaporized, and the cut is made. So this is how the working of laser beam occurs. So this is the end of the session, and you should write lecture notes. Thank you.